So, well, look where we are. The SPX500 at 5100. 5100! And guess what? You know what's even crazier than that? Bitcoin's actually holding up well. It's bounced off this resistance like we were talking about. It seems like it's decorrelating from the stock market, which is actually crazy. If we look at coin market cap, we must be at fear. I think the stock market is in like extreme fear at 9. They're actually classified in a bear market at the moment. There's not much to say apart from I told you so on Nike. I'd actually double down on my position. One's up 10%, one's up 3%. And it actually pumped a little bit today due to a little bit of news on the tariffs being less harsh on Nike. And plus Nike are a major industry. With it being at a low, I thought it was a good opportunity, which it did seem like it was. Now, if we look at trending coins, Sui is trending. It's not bouncing as hard as I thought, even though I did actually capture a position yesterday. Fartcoin is up. It seems like it wants to move like crazy. Where Bitcoin wants to move, it'll move in that exact same direction. It seems like it's building a base here, you know. It seems like it's building a base here and it could actually fly. Especially because, I don't know if it is trending, but Solana has spot ETF narrative playing out. I did buy a little bit of Solana yesterday. Not enough, don't get me wrong. But this thing could moon, and it could moon hard. I don't think you should go in yet. It's pumped. Maybe if you do want to get a position, I'd come back around this 114 region. Maybe like 115 with a tight stop loss. But let's see. And we're looking at the stock market, so it's absolutely smashed. While all the major stocks are dumping, GameStop is pumping hard. The power of Bitcoin adoption. It seems like Bitcoin is going to be the answer to all of this. So the stock market's crashing, the Dixie, so the dollar is crashing, and it seems like Bitcoin seems to be the only answer. It seems upwards and onwards from here. You could have actually got another awesome buy opportunity around 81k today. Yeah, GameStop is actually looking like the chart is going to be somewhat lookable at. You can actually look at the chart rather than it just bleeding out. They've made a huge plus in investing in Bitcoin, in my opinion. Signs of a bear market. CNBC sends their first all caps push notification since March 2020. Dow drops 2,000 points as Trump tariffs market rout deepens. That's when you know when retail know about things like this. That's when you know we're entering major scary times. Yesterday, hedge funds sold the most amount of global stocks in one day since 2010 per Goldman Sachs. On the other hand, retail investors bought stocks worth 4.7 billion, the largest amount in over 10 years per JP Morgan. I think we're entering some bad times, some very bad times. I think we're going to see major corrections all over the market, from stocks to real estate. Everything. If Trump can say one thing and put tariffs on other countries, causing and sparking a trade war, and this is the impact on the economy, how fake is our economy, bro? It's crazy. US Treasury Secretary Bessent, Bitcoin is becoming a store of value. All he hears is Bitcoin, big man buying Bitcoin. Don't get me wrong, it could still be the top, but, I don't know. It's just difficult to gauge at the moment. We could be getting played at the same time, because especially if you're getting your information off Twitter, which is highly emotional, you just need to see and invest with a strategy, a plan. Cryptocurrencies make us a lot of sense in a world of tariffs, almost as if this is the only market that makes sense right now. BTC strength here feels like huge signal that the worst may be over. If we look at the other fear and greed index, on Bitcoin, what is that at? That's at 28 as well. We're in fear. Stock market is now down 5% today. If the decline continues, trading will be halted. Here is the levels for it. Level 1 down 7%, trading halted for 15 minutes, down 13%, trading halted for 15 minutes, down 20%, trading halted for the rest of the day. Imagine if it goes down 20%, they'll have to fix things like mad. Bitcoin versus stock market is actually holding up insanely well. Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are jokes. They're basically meme coins. Trump says he's signing order to extend TikTok ban deadline. Canada's economy lost 33k jobs last month. Economists expect Canada to add 10k jobs, and they lost 33k. Holy moly, S&P is down minus 1.4% away from its circuit breaker since March 2020. If the S&P 500 falls below 5k, a 15-minute level 1 trading halt will begin. If it occurs after 325, trading will not be halted. Everything's getting smashed. I got lucky with Nike, but look at all these opportunities. Look at all of these opportunities. What is getting smashed the most? Let's have a little look at some of these. It's only funny because we're on the right side of the trade, and because we're not actually in any of these joke meme coin stocks. For example, let's check MasterCard. Because what are the chances of me getting into? Obviously, I did get a little bit lucky with Nike, but it's also well anticipated, and I'm looking for bottoms and supports. Like, I wouldn't buy this. No way I'm buying this. I'm only buying off like major supports, and even then, I don't think the potential for upside is high enough. It's risk versus reward. Vietnam cuts the US tariffs to 0%. Trump's plan is working. That's mad. They're actually getting scared, so hopefully we might see. That's probably why Bitcoin's pumping. I don't know why the stock market isn't pumping, because eventually if a price is going to get to a certain point, and if the SPX500 is meant for about 2k in price, it's going to get there no matter what the news is. Holy, the timeline is ridiculous. This is the most angry fear rage end of the world posting I've ever seen. Either every media source, politician and all of CC is calling the end of the world correctly, or we are going up. We're going up. Crypto's going up. I don't know about the stock market. Breaking, JP Morgan has just raised its US recession odds to 60% following the new Trump tariffs. I need to get more Bitcoin, man. The recession odds are 60%. White House official on President Trump's thinking right now, per the Washington Post, is at the peak of just not giving a F anymore. Wow. Hopefully all of this is priced in, because if it's not, then we're cooked. BTC, the crypto sector is holding up better than the stock market. However, since the April high, we've seen a clear 5-wave decline, and BTC was recently rejected from the 84 to 87k zone. Both the orange and yellow scenarios fit within the same broader outlook. The key question is whether wave 2 already topped, or if we're still in a broader wave 2 correction. The orange path gets invalidated with a break above the intraday high. A sustained move above 86k would shift attention to the more bullish white scenario, but for that to hold weight, BTC needs to confirm a breakout with a clean 1-2 structure to the upside. Oh, it's nasty, man. I don't know whether it could go lower or higher. It's just disgusting the way the markets are working at the moment, because Trump could drop some and then it's over, because everyone's gassed right now because it's at 84k. But what is 84k? It's not done nothing. We're still nuked. Our bags are nuked, and it could definitely nuke, because look at what happened earlier today. It went from 84, just dropped instant. 81 went up, dropped again. Crypto looking good here. Let's go. Cut them rates, bro. This would be a perfect time for the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to cut interest rates. He's always late, but he could now change his image, and quickly. Energy prices are down, interest rates are down, inflation is down, even eggs are down 69%, and jobs are up. All within 2 months. A big win for America. Cut interest rates, Jerome, and stop playing politics. That's what he wants, man. That's mental. That is mental. What are you waiting for, Jerome? We are all waiting. Brody. Like, genuinely, what's he waiting for, man? Just make it easy for us. Crypto's holding strong here. The people that are left here are not interested in selling the bottom to BlackRock. We who remain eat breakfast. Go sell your stocks in F. We know what's coming. The truth is Nike probably has every politician on payroll. No chance they allow tariffs to destroy the most iconic sneaker brand in the world. I'm along $58.21. Have we got a better entry than the boy Belma? Have we actually beaten a big dog? What was our average open price? 55. Yeah, we have. And I still think it's going to go higher. Buying Snapchat here under $8 is literally free money. Easy 50% upside in under a year, in my opinion. What are we saying about Snapchat? Reason why I can't invest into this is because, yeah, it's already gone up, wow. From $7.89 to $7.73. It probably is, but the potential for upside isn't the best. To be honest, it kind of is. Sort of floats around this level, and if you ever wanted it for a good price, what is the market cap? 13.6 billion with no dividends. To be honest, I'm gonna stay away. Imagine it's this. Imagine it is! That would be insane. It would genuinely be insane if that happened. If that is a bear trap, holy moly. Gold prices fall to 3k as a mass capital flight to the sideline accelerates. Why is gold dropping? That makes no sense to me. If people are scared of a recession, or is gold just topped out? It's not going to go directly to the moon, I understand that, but still. And if we go over to the US stock market has lost 9.6 trillion in value since Trump's inauguration. What a scam. Odds of recession 59%. Gold M2's going up. Bitcoin's going to follow apparently. Retail got trapped yesterday. As we clearly noted in the below post, yesterday's sell-off was not capitulation. Retail investors bought 4.7 billion of stocks yesterday alone. 10-year high. Today retail capital has been trapped and institutional capital is taking advantage of it. Bear markets are when profitable traders can shine. Why are retail buying? It makes no sense. They think they know better. We might be crashing a lot harder. They are intentionally holding BTC strong even though stocks are collapsing. They will probably wait for the closing of stocks where everybody is going to say BTC survived so strong. Then they'll wait for the idiots to put longs. Then they will wait for you to go to sleep and drop it towards the Gaussian upper line. 76 bags. They'll wait for us to go to sleep. That's bad, man. I might take some profits then. Bitcoin stronger than the S&P 500. But for how long though, man? I don't trust any of it. US stock market lost nearly 1.5 trillion. Pray for crypto to hold. Yeah, why is crypto holding up strong? You have to also question that. Like, why the hell is Bitcoin holding up strong? It makes no sense. Makes zero sense, you know. I don't trust this at all. S&P, my estimate for a bottom was 5,000. Markets are being corrected using tariff narratives. Manufacturing is changing with automation. No need for manufacturing to be outside the US when cheap labour doesn't exist anymore. Robots make things, not people. Hold the line as gaslit people panic. Something was needed to correct the bubble in the US markets. Well, we found it. Oil price is currently on track for the largest two-day loss since April 2020 as the market price is in a recession. Nowhere near altcoin season. I don't need to explain that. No way. Bitcoin season ending. Alt season is coming. Position accordingly, apparently. I don't know, man. I feel like alts are still risky. If you're gonna buy small, very small. I'd say $100. Maximum 10% of your portfolio. China's responded to the new 34% tariffs from the US by adding new 34% tariffs of their own. JP Morgan has raised the probability of a recession in 2025 to 60%. Wealth isn't a number on a screen, it's your family protected, your ecosystem thriving, health, land, legacy, doing epic with the people you love. That's real wealth. You can see a man's maturity, happiness and insecurity by what he idolizes. We are all disciples of something. Watch the fruits, they never lie. It's true, man. I don't even really care about the materialistic stuff. I just want to be free. That's the first plan of action. And also, if we look over tonight, the only reason it is doing okay is because it got smashed so hard. And I realized that yesterday it got smashed. I don't know how much it was down yesterday, maybe even minus 20%. And this could also just be a recovery bounce. This doesn't mean it's going to reverse. No way. Let's actually look at this carefully on TradingView because I might need to actually get out of this. Bruh, that's awful, man. Where the hell is the Nike stock on TradingView? Here we go. That is it. So, if you look at on the 4-hourly, there is room to run. Completely oversold yesterday, so we bought correctly. We could have looked at the indicator, to be honest. And on the daily, if it rejects off this, we are cooked. Does it usually ever do two of these? I don't think so. So we may be okay for now, but look at that recovery, man. That's only because of the news as well. People that told you you're killing people if you don't get vaxxed, that men can get pregnant, that illegal immigration is good and that you imagine inflation. Those MFs who wore a mask in their cars, yeah, them, they want to tell you you're going to ruin the economy with tariffs. That makes no sense to me, but we move. We can't lose. A long trade war is ahead of us. Great job numbers, far better than expected. It's already working. We can't lose. Grayscale's files for Solana ETF. That's a massive win for Solana. They keep pushing this Sol narrative, man. They genuinely keep pushing this Sol narrative. It seems like you sort of know the clear winners. Whether there's a bull run or not, certain assets are going to shine. And I think Solana's one of them. Sui may be a second. Because everyone's dumped out of Solana. They're now saying, oh, Sui's going to do better, this, that. Solana might be the play. US economy adds 228k jobs in March, above expectations. Unemployment rises to 4.2%. The February jobs numbers revised down. We continue to see rise in unemployment rates. That's mad. It's bad, man. The job market's disgusting. Even though they're saying it's bullish for Bitcoin, the real plan all along was to lower interest rates and lower oil prices as soon as possible. The 10-year note yield is down minus 90 basis points and oil prices are down minus 25%. The tariffs are working as planned. Bought Nvidia, pulled back $97 support line, down 37% off the high. Nvidia should still be nuking then, I'm thinking. Nvidia should still be nuking. Yep, fully getting nuked. What percent is it off the high? Bruh, this might even be correcting to 50%. That is mental. Why is it a strong buy? Why? Why the hell is it a strong buy? Is it going to get like a relief rally or... What price did he buy it at? $101. It's gone down even lower. Where's the SP500 in terms of supports? So it did hit the 5.1k. Is that a major support? 4.9, 5.3. So about 4.9, about 5k. Okay, and what about Nvidia? If we look at Nvidia, this just doesn't look good to me. It's too expensive. $95. It does have support about 92, 76, 49, 70. Nah, I'm gonna give Nvidia a miss, bruh. Nasdaq 100 futures officially enters bear market territory for the first time since 2022. Magnificent stocks are down 35% from the high. So the big seven. That's mad. Are they all doing crap? Or rubbish, shall I say? Google. How do you even spell the Google one, bruh? Google. This one here. But I don't want to touch any of this. It looks garbage. US pre-market is deeply in the red again. Pray for Bitcoin and crypto. China hits bank against Trump. Markets are dropping. The best investment isn't stocks or crypto. It's learning to think for yourself. Saving money is a start, but learning how to multiply it is how you grow. Most people aim for comfort, not freedom. That's why they stop short. Breaking. China imposes 34% additional tariffs. That was before though. And it was dumping based on that news. US jobs report to be released at 8:30. Fed Chair Powell to speak on economic outlook. Expect massive Bitcoin volatility. We're tired of winning, Mr. President. Gold is dropping hard. Money is flowing into Bitcoin. Trump announced the highest tariff since the Great Depression. Nasdaq is down 5.2%, worst day March 2020. S&P down 4%, worst day September 2022. Apple has erased 250 billion from its market cap, yet BTC is trading above 84k. Either this the biggest bull trap or a market bottom. I think it's the latter one. It could be either though. It could be either. I don't want to force one narrative into your head because we do not know what's going to happen. Remember that. BTC bounced right off the key 79 to 81k support, just as outlined in yesterday's yellow wave 2 scenario. Now back at resistance, but it still looks like a 3-wave corrective move. Resistance to be 84, 860, 86, 960. Break it and bulls might aim for mid 90s. Support to hold 81, 250. Lose it and we're likely heading to 75k. Today's reaction: make or break, breakout or fake out. Holy, what is Bitcoin gonna do then? This is actually a war. This is an actual war. Where does it want to go? It looks like it wants to flip on the daily time frame, which isn't good at all. But digital gold narrative in play. The elites touched MA100 and then input news about China tariffs. Do you understand why I break the codes? He thinks 4th to 5th April crash and bottom. We are getting a crash, but only in the stock market. Bitcoin doesn't seem to want to go down. Take your pick. Finally break out of the lower high pattern. Since January we smashed to 77k and retest. We have to retest 77k first, I believe. Holy, BTC holding 58% dominance at 83k with shorts trapped. Institutional money doesn't chase retail exits. Circlement in 250 mil USDC on Sol backs my thesis. The XY weakness and rate cuts historically aligned with bull runs. Historically aligned with bull runs. 3 billion in shorts above 86k. Get squeezed first. Accumulation path clear if you read Etherscan. It's 50-50 boys. What are you gonna do? What the hell are you gonna do? It's a 50-50 dirty market. And I feel sorry for anybody. I think we'll reject off this. I think we might go to 86k and reject, or we reject from here. Because I think Bitcoin, as long as we're in this channel, we're heading lower.